Obviously, we're going to start in Zagreb. Now, I was struck by something. I wrote about this. Thomas Tuchel, after the game, he does those flash interviews with broadcasters. They ask them, are you worried about your job? And he says, well, it's not a worry, it's reality. And then he makes a face, which looks just like, and I wrote this, just like Dennis Hopper in True Romance after Christopher Walken, gives him kind of the kiss of death. And he takes a dragon cigarette. Powerful stuff, one of my favorite films. 14 hours later, Chelsea put out the announcement. 12 hours later, he's told that he is out of a job. And this is a firing. This is a sacking. This is not mutual consent, pretendo.
And even if he thought it could happen, I think he was shocked that it happened the way he did on Wednesday morning, really. I think, and that's why he asked the club to say, give me one more game. Let's wait until Fulham. I've got new players coming in. I need to blend them in. I need to integrate them. It's not easy. Look at all the changes we went through. And I think they made their mind even before the Zagreb defeat.
All right. Not as shocked as I am. I'm not shocked that he's gone because, look, we've said this every week, right? We come here and we talk about how bad Chelsea have been this season. And I didn't like Chelsea's recruitment either. However, with the exception of the Spurs game, obviously.
Yeah.
However, there's a simple basic fact, and I'm not saying anything original. A lot of people have said it. How do you, in the summer, decide to go and spend 300 million odd in euros on players chosen by Tuchel, all of them chosen by Tuchel.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you said Carney, Chukwuemeka's one for the future, fine, right?
Yeah, the young
and so
not keen.
You with no experience doing it, you say, okay, fine, I'll back the managers if you're Sir Alex Ferguson. And then 7 days into the season, some of these guys didn't even play. Dennis Zakaria, 0 minutes. Wesley Fofana, 1 Premier League game. Alba, 45 minutes of Drek, by the way. Against Dinamo Zagreb. Or sorry, 60 minutes.
No, but yeah.
Wait.
I think maybe
This makes no sense.
No, but you could also say that those players would be good with any, like Fofana, okay, he's a Tuchel choice, and maybe they would have gone for Gvardiol, or maybe they would have gone for another centre-back with another manager, but you think that Fofana would be good with
you really think,
you and me as a manager as well. Okay. You don't buy it because he could be good under Tuchel and only Tuchel.
Right. Okay, obviously a good player is good under a good player, right? But, and a player, it's like there's no good or bad players, right? It's all about pricing. I learned this from a friend of mine who works at a hedge fund, right? So
true.
Cucurella might be 60 million, 50 million, whatever they played for him, for Tuchel. If Tuchel believes in him and whatever.
Yeah.
Some other dude's going to be like,
true, that's true.
For 60 million, I would have rather had Marcotti or whatever, right?
No, you're right.
So
you're right.
This is why it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
Every club in the world, even the richest club, has finite resources. And so to do this, I don't know. I don't know what Todd Bowley and his friend El Gabi, or whatever his name is, who are running the show, I don't know what they're thinking. This is so counterintuitive. There's got to be something that we don't know.
Well, maybe just the fact as well, Gab, that they just didn't get on. They just could not work with each other anymore. And I think it gets to a point where if you
and it took them 3 months to realize this.
Well, no, but I think
it took them 3 months and 300 million to realize that they don't get along with each other.
Because a few weeks ago they talked about an extension. So at some point things must have been better, because I was told that they were beginning of talks about maybe extending his contract. I think it was a slow process in the sense that they didn't see eye to eye anymore. They didn't see the same direction. They were disappointed by the lack of style. I mean, they were not playing well. So
no, I get all that. I get all that.
We were worried. We said it. We got abused by Chelsea fans, and now look where they are with no manager.
Completely. No, I get all that. We're going to get into that more on the Gab and Juls Show. You said no manager. By the time people listen to this, they may have a manager. Graham Potter. Graham Potter has been praised to high heaven, and I think rightly so. I think the job he's done with Brighton has been tremendous. Yeah. I love the guy. I love the idea of a guy who, middling player, tried to get into games. Well, he does have one England under-21 cap, I discovered from Wikipedia. But can't get a look in England. What does he do? He says, I'm going to back myself. I'm going to go abroad. I'm going to go to Östersund in Sweden when they're in the lower divisions. I'm going to do all this crazy innovative stuff. I'm going to prove myself a success from there to Swansea to Brighton, doing it the hard way. All these ex-pros, I'm not given a chance in the game, blah, blah, blah. Well, look, here's a guy who goes and takes his chance abroad, and now he's vindicated. Yeah. That said, it is a leap. And also, at Brighton, Jules, he had Dan Ashworth, he had Tony Bloom, he's got a progressive, outward-looking club. He had a whole structure around him, a structure which right now at Chelsea does not exist.
It's a big job for him, massive job.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.